Karin Slaughter, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Un grand merci d'avoir accepté l'invitation de la Fringale Culturelle. C'est un plaisir de vous rencontrer. Vous êtes de passage en France. Il y a une grosse actualité chez nous, le Salon du livre. Vous êtes devenu donc pour rencontrer vos lecteurs. Vous publiez un livre aux Éditions Mozaic qui s'appelle Pretty Girls. Et je voudrais savoir comment est né ce roman dans votre tête.
Drugs. Because I hurt my back and I was taking some medication for it, and I never even smoked a cigarette, so it was the first time I'd ever taken a narcotic. And I had these really crazy fever dreams, and I woke up one morning, and I normally keep a tablet by my bed where I write down things in the middle of the night, and usually they're crazy, but this time I had written down the very first 2 chapters of the book and the opening, so I thought, wow, that's actually a really good idea. Maybe I should have been taking drugs all along.
Et à partir de là, votre intrigue s'est mise en route, si j'ai bien tout compris.
Yes. Well, it started with that really, but I am the youngest of 3 girls, and I've always wanted to write a story with sisters. And I'm not very close to my oldest sister, so of course I made her disappear before the story starts. I told her if she wanted a different story, she would need to write her own. And then I wanted to really talk about what it means to be in a family where something horrible happens. So I was kind of pulling from my own life, you know. As usual, the youngest sister is always the most successful and the most beautiful and the most intelligent, and then the middle sister is a pain in the butt. So I just took from that and placed it inside the story, and of course had a lot of suspense and crime and all the stuff that makes people like thrillers.
Alors justement, du suspense, il y en a, vous savez très bien ménager ça. Alors vous parlez effectivement de 2 sœurs, et votre livre, il est construit de la façon suivante. Un coup c'est l'une qui parle, un coup c'est l'autre qui parle. On arrive à suivre comme ça l'intrigue.
Most of my books, I have 3 narrators, and they're generally police officers. So I thought it would be interesting to write from the point of view of people who are on the other side of the crime. And so Claire and Lydia are the 2 voices I chose to write in. They're sisters. They have very different opinions in the world. But they have the same sense of strength that I like writing about when I write about women characters, because I think it's important as a woman to show strong women who are tested and meet adversity head on. But Claire is a little less aggressive than Lydia, and so the book is really my way of testing her character, testing her personality, and showing that sometimes crime doesn't always tear people down. In many ways it can make them stronger and bring families closer together.
Alors justement, dans votre roman, votre réponse amène une question que j'allais vous poser par rapport au fait que ce soit des femmes dont vous parlez. Est-ce que vous auriez pu écrire la même histoire avec des hommes?
I probably could write the same story with men, but the sense of jeopardy wouldn't be there. And you know, it's interesting because I do write from the point of view of a man in some of my books, Will Trent, who's an agent with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. But I think that, you know, when you have a male character narrating a story, you never think anything really bad is going to happen to him. I mean, you don't have many books where men are violently raped and kidnapped and that sort of thing, because people just don't want to know about that generally in literature. So I think when you have women, there is that sense of jeopardy. But I will say that even in some of my books where I only had men as victims, I noticed that in many countries they'll still put a woman on the cover because a woman in jeopardy sells more than a man in jeopardy.